The livestream comments exploded the second Julian Vance and his fiancée, Ivy Green, walked on set. When the host asked who chased whom, Ivy leaned into the mic, smirking. She was dying to brag about saving the genius scientist from his toxic ex. She was a total 5 out of 10, but her manipulation game? Terrifying. Thank God I spotted the red flags and pulled Julian out. Of course, I used a little cleverness to gradually win his heart. Girls really need to know their place. You can't be trash trying to catch a star. When Julian finally learned the truth, he searched the world for me. Let's start over. I truly didn't know what Ivy did. I laughed. He always knew. He just never believed me. Just because the wound scabbed over doesn't mean I forgot the pain. I will never forgive you. Chapter 1. Through the camera lens, Ivy Green's face was undeniably beautiful. I watched her sitting in the guest chair, laughing so hard her body shook. Back then, Julian was Professor Wells' most valued student, a once-in-a-century genius, but his girlfriend, she was just really average. Maybe because I'm a girl, I saw right through her. I knew exactly what game she was playing, but I didn't want to just tell Julian directly, so I just stayed by his side. I used daily conversations and little reminders from our lab mates to help him see the gap between them. That is how we got here today. The power couple of the university lab, as you guys call us. Do I feel bad? No. Knowing your place saves you from heartbreak. Honestly, she should thank me. The live comments were already exploding. Wow, couple goals. I need to find a Julian Vance in this lifetime. Honestly, some girls are so manipulative. They don't love the guy, they just want his potential. Good thing Ivy is smart and gorgeous. Wait, didn't she say she was dropped on her head as a kid? Why does this feel like pure pick-me energy? Don't doubt your gut. That's not just pick-me energy, that is straight-up homewrecker behavior she is bragging about. Thank God this is live. If this was pre-recorded, the editors would be screaming. Every sentence is a red flag. A shadow fell over my console. Milo leaned in, smelling like nervous sweat and stale coffee. Director Fox, Ivy insisted on sharing the details of how she pursued Julian. She claims it will encourage shy girls to be brave in love. I fixed my headset. I didn't blink. Air it. Because I was the girl she was talking about. The average-looking, manipulative, toxic ex. The only difference was that I didn't know my place like she suggested. After breaking up with Julian Vance, I cut all ties with Seattle. I took out massive student loans, drained my savings, and built my portfolio like a maniac to get into the top film school in New York. Before I even finished my master's degree, I signed a contract with the top network. 2 years later, I became the network's youngest reality show showrunner. When we invited them to the show, Ivy used our past as a selling point. She promised it would bring drama. I had no objections. I was actually very curious to hear her version of the story. I wanted to know how she saw through me, and how she saved the gaslit Julian Vance. Is it really okay to broadcast this? Milo stared at the monitor, sweating. I curled my lips slightly. She's handing us viral gold. Why wouldn't we air it? The girl has Clout Chaser tattooed on her forehead. True. Hate watching is still watching. I just worry she'll get cancelled by the internet. She didn't care about anyone else's life when she ruined mine, I said, my voice devoid of warmth. I tapped the console, speaking into the comms system to the host on stage. Keep the camera on her. Chapter 2. When I was 15, my mom and I moved in with Nana Rose. The first thing I saw at the top of the stairs was Julian Vance's parents trying to kill each other. One had a knife, the other had a baseball bat. Nana Rose didn't even flinch. She just grabbed the boy standing frozen in the doorway, Julian, and pulled him into our apartment. This is my granddaughter, Winter Fox, she said, dusting him off. She starts at your school on Monday. I tore my eyes away from the TV to look at him. He was gorgeous, better looking than any of the guys on those reality dating shows. I stood up, puffed out my chest, and grinned. Don't worry, I'll cover you at school. Growing up without a dad meant I had to learn to survive early. If a kid at school tried to bully me, I didn't cry. I hit back. But Julian was different. He was quiet, emo, the kind of broken boy you want to fix. That day, he didn't even respond. He just kept his head down, staring at his sneakers. That changed 2 weeks later. Julian was popular with the girls, which made him a target for the guys. Riker Storm, the school's biggest bully, cornered him in an alley behind the gym. Bad move. My dad's old army buddies had spent years teaching me self-defense. I didn't just know how to fight, I knew how to win. Dodge, wrist lock, slam. Riker hit the concrete before he even saw it coming. Julian stood there, his face still blank, but I saw it, the flash of shock in his eyes, and the relief. From that day on, we were allies. He tutored me in calculus. I acted as his bodyguard. Whenever his parents started screaming or throwing furniture, I'd drag him over to Nana Rose's kitchen. Let them fight, I'd say, piling the biggest piece of roast beef onto his plate. You need to eat. Don't let them stunt your growth. Later, we started taking long walks. We sat on the roof, felt the wind, and watched the sunset. He told me before we met, life was just gray noise. Sunsets were just the earth rotating. Wind was just air moving. I gave his world color. He told me I was the sun that finally broke through his constant rain. I really thought we were going to have a happy ending. I didn't know that a train wreck is technically an ending. 7 years of knowing him. 4 years of dating him. Then, Ivy Green showed up. Chapter 3. Enter Ivy Green, the PhD candidate everyone wouldn't shut up about. She was mentoring Julian in the lab. Shortly after the semester started, Julian took me to dinner with his lab mates. Before she even arrived, Ivy was already the main topic of conversation. She had dropped a loaded Starbucks gift link in the group chat to apologize for her absence. We seriously hit the jackpot with her, one guy said, scrolling through his